Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen here. We are now, since I got my new software, I've also now had to put in a new camera. So I'm just going to see how this goes. So what I'm going to do is I needed to figure out something to make. So I'm just going to make a quick card using the Heart Happy paper, and we're just going to rework it a little bit. I just thought that instead of doing something crazy big, I would at least try and make sure that everything is functioning before I go too much farther and do anything too exciting. So, as you know, we have a Happy Heart campaign on right now, and there's lots of different products involved. So there's a stamp set, which is right here. There is a sticker pack. There is a paper pack and super cute paper. And we're gonna make a card that is not lovey or Valentine's Day themed, but I have taken some of the paper from this package and that's what we're gonna use. So there's a bundle, and of course that's where the savings is. So included in the bundle, you can do it a couple ways. There is the workshop bundle with the stamp kit, and then there is actually a mini album also that's a different bundle. So I'm just pulling in products from the workshop bundle, and this is just leftover. So there's actually on the website underneath the product workshop guide that you can print out, and it is some scrapbook pages and some cards and some tags. So what I'm doing for this one is I decided to take one of the cards and just remake it. So don't forget that when you use a workshop guide, you can reuse them over and over and over again and just take them for inspiration. So I thought we're going to take this card right here and we're going to rework it into just an everyday card. And so let's see. It is this card. So I I'm taking my inspiration from this card. We are going to just turn it into something slightly different, and we're going to use the stamp of the month. The stamp of the month this month, holy smokes, is so stinking cute. You know what? I'm just going to move my name out of the middle. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I might have to move it again. Because I had to completely move everything around, I'm not really sure where my frame is and where to move things. So I might have to move up a little bit because I can see my name is blocking part of the screen that I might have to switch around. Anyway, so I pulled out the stamp of the month this month, and it is an awesome stamp for card makers. It is called Card Captions, and it's available for $6 when you place a $50 order. So this is definitely one you're going to want to add to your order. So I'm going to take a sentiment from this and we're going to remake this card. So, sorry, every time I move something dramatically, it is going to try and autofocus. I'll try and fix that a little bit better. So I have cut out the pieces already just because, like I said, I wanted to just come on and test and we'll see what happens here. The autofocus might drive me crazy here. So I have taken this bottom piece, hello, Miss Susan, and we're going to use instead this striped piece of paper, And so it's the same measurement, which is 2.5 by 5.5. And I'm just going to first fold my card base. So I'm just using a standard card base, and I'm just going to fold it. And like I said, we're going to turn it into a little bit of a shaker card here. I need to move my ruler out of the way. I don't really need that here. So eventually, I should be able to switch back and forth or do both views. We'll just see how this all works out. There's been some getting used to, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm just going to add this to the bottom of my card. And like I said, this is just extra pieces after I already cut out the workshop. So I thought you could use this, from this stamp set, you could use the Love You. But I think instead, we're going to use the Just Because. So on here, there is a little piece of red shimmer trim. So instead, that's where we're going to stamp our sentiment. So I've cut it the same size as the shimmer trim. So this one is a little bit wider because you need it to be wider to fit that sentiment. But, so this one is just 1/2 inch by 5.5. And I'm going to, I just have to have this down here so that I can actually figure out where I need my screen to be. So I put my Just Because sentiment on my block, and I'm going to stamp it in sapphire because it matches the paper here. So we're just kind of winging it because I wanted to be able to see after what I need to adjust. So like I said, I thought we would just make a quick card just because. There we go. Okay. Close up my ink because that one I am notorious for getting all over myself. Okay. So now I'm going to add my sentiment onto the card. Like so. So I'm adding it just above the pattern paper. And then the same, I cut the raspberry paper out exactly the same size as the other card. And we're going to add it here, just above. And then I have already cut out my shaker card pieces and a little bit of extra. So there we go. Okay, so that looks pretty good for winging it. So I'm going to, like I said, turn this into a shaker card. So I have used the thin cut, the shaker window and confetti, and it cuts all the pieces out for you with your die cutting machine. And so I've cut the background piece in mint. This is also included in as extras in the bundle. And I've cut the ring for the shaker card out of a piece of sapphire. And we are going to stuff it with some raspberry hearts. And then I've cut out from the silver foil paper a stitched heart. So I'm going to add this to my background first. So I'm going to add this to the back of the shaker window and just kind of center it. I'm probably going to get some bad glare off of that. But okay, and then I'm going to add this to my card base. So hopefully I have everything here, because now that I have reorganized everything, I have no idea where everything is in my office. But okay. So now we're going to add the ring and the adhesive, acetate circle. So these come in a package like so. And there's 5 in there. So you have all your foam tape and your acetate to make your shaker window. I'm just pulling out my anti-static pouch because we're going to just add that on here, because it is super staticky now. All of a sudden today it got crazy cold, so everything is definitely drying up. So I'm just taking my piercing tool and just running it around the edge of the foam, and I'm just going to gently pull it off, and then it doesn't, as long as you're gentle, it shouldn't actually warp or anything. Hey, Jen. So don't forget to save all these pieces because you will use those later. So, too many things in my hand. So interesting, I had to flip like where my computer is, and this is not where I used to film. So everything is, this spot is now on like a high table where I normally work when I'm designing kits and stuff, because I like to stand up. But the issue is it's just slightly too high for me to be able to see on top. So I might end up having to get a stool. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. But anyway, so now let's put some stuff in here. So like I said, I just used the die cut and I cut some raspberry hearts. And I think I'm going to add a few little silver sequins also. And when you use your piercing tool in the hole, then you can just peel out your, it gets sandwiched in there pretty well. So, there we go. It goes away, and just move them off to the side. Okay, I'm just gonna again add a little bit more anti-static because everything down here is going to go crazy. Okay. So, yes, I'm going to use silver. So, there we go. Oh, I think this is going to be so cute. Okay, so now your acetate, don't forget it's got a protective coating on it. So just peel it off. It's pretty easy. And now I'm just going to take the backing off my foam adhesive. Yeah, so this has been a little bit of, yeah, I definitely am either going to have to lower my desk or get a stool because I'm just not quite tall enough. Oh my goodness, that's super cute. Okay, and now, like I said, I cut out the ring in sapphire, and I'm just going to glue that down with some liquid glue and just a few dots on here. So the reason I have not done any demos in the last little while was because I was trying to get my setup all reworked, and it was a little more complicated than I actually thought it was going to be. So, but I think we're going to be good here now. So, I'm just going to add that on top here. Like so. I'm just going to give that a second to dry. And I'm just trying to decide if maybe I need to put a little ribbon on there. A little white bow. So we'll just test this and see how this looks. Like I said, I had no idea what I was going to do, so we will just see. Just I wanted it to come on so that I could get kind of figure out if my camera was high enough or too high, and whether my lights are bright enough. I feel like my lights are crazy bright in my face, but I'm not really sure how they are for you guys, so let me know. So, I think, let's see. I think we'll do that, but I just want to add some shimmer brush on there. So I've just grabbed my clear shimmer brush, and I think I'm just going to paint the ring. It's always fun to add a little sparkle. There we go. I can hear it all in there. You guys are probably not going to be able to see this, but so really my plan was to cut out the cards for the workshop and then do an alternative one like I did with the True North campaign. But until I make sure everything's good here, I figured we'll just do a quick little rework. Okay. So I think I will add this little bow on here. So I like to add the ribbon just with glue dots. And I keep a pair of scissors, not the non-stick ones, just the normal scissors that I use for just ribbon. And I just have a little piece of ribbon tied onto them so that I remember those are the ones. And sorry, there's a cord that's hanging off the camera, and I can tell I'm going to have to figure out a way to tape it up, but I don't want to touch it now because I'm sure that it will shake the camera. So, oh, these are teeny tiny glue dots. Let's get some bigger ones. So, I'm just going to add the ribbon with glue dots. Where am I going to add it? I think think just right there, maybe. Okay. Oh, these are teeny tiny too. Oh well. Okay. I will just use a few of them because the glue dots are all the way on the other side of the room now. No. So I'm going to use some liquid glass. I'll just have to hold it on there for a second until it dries. And also in the bundle are some silver glitter gems. So we're going to add a few of those to the front of the card too. So just going to hold it down for a second. I'll fluff up my bow. Okay, so there we go. So there's a couple of sizes for the glitter gems, and I kind of try and put a couple of each size on. So let's just go here and here. And maybe over here, I think. Oh, got a jumper. There. Okay, so there we go. Sorry, it's going to autofocus, I think. But let's just make my bow a little bit prettier. I'm just worried that the glue is not quite dry. I would normally glue it down with glue dots because then it won't go anywhere. I'll probably, after, fix that. Okay, so, yeah, the light's better there. Okay, so there you go. Like I said, I just wanted to come on and try and kind of test everything and make sure that everything was good before I tried to do too long a video. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.